Hey everybody, you can follow me online by going to Rumble and just type in rumble.com/Mark Parham and I should pop up. Also, you can subscribe to me on YouTube and, I'm on Spotify. You just type in Mark Parham Podcast and I should pop up. But anyway, I want to talk about Kamala Harris. And it's very interesting to me that the media and, some Democrats have been talking about, well, maybe Kamala Harris should, run for the governor of California one day. And my whole thing about it is if Kamala Harris starts to run for the governor of California, she's going to lose. And I think the people of California are smart enough to know that she did a horrible job as vice president. I mean, she couldn't even keep the border closed. And even though, people like to say, oh, well, vice presidents don't do much. But I mean, she would hardly visit the border. And then when she did visit the border, it was just like, oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to visit the border for a photo op. And so why would people in California want a leader like that? I think right now California needs a conservative governor. I think they need a Republican to come in there, clean up stuff with the budget, clean up the problems they're having with crime, business, just all sorts of things. And so getting another liberal like Kamala Harris to run California would be horrible. Even though, she's spent a lot of time in California, I think she would be a horrible governor for the state of California. And I think if people in California are that crazy to vote for Kamala Harris as their governor one day, it would really be shocking to me. I mean, after seeing how she was as a vice president, after, how terrible she was with, Joe Biden with running the country, and, even if you look at her campaign, how they've wasted a bunch of money, I don't see how anybody would be compelled to vote for this lady. And, even when I was looking at her run against Donald Trump, I mean, she couldn't hardly answer any questions. She was all over the place. She ran a campaign where you hardly even saw, her father. I mean, her family members and stuff like that. I mean, normally you see a campaign where your father's out there, even with her husband. I mean, she hid her husband until she had to put him out in the media. But I mean, it was a campaign where you're trying to figure out stuff, and it wasn't like a typical family unit like most people have. And again, to each their own, but, it was just a campaign full of lies. And, they tried to, make Kamala Harris something that she's not. And the Democrats have paid a lesson for that. I think they would have done a better job in, sitting up and saying, okay, let's do a primary to see, who the people who Democrats want to vote for, versus saying, oh, well, let's pick Kamala. They tried to use Kamala almost like a Trojan horse, where, oh, well, let's, Biden, let him get elected, and then we're going to place in Kamala, who's even more liberal than Joe Biden. And it didn't work. The American people saw through it, and I think people in California are going to, if she decides to run, they're going to see through Kamala Harris also, like they did, in the presidential election. I mean, can you imagine California being ran by another liberal like Kamala Harris? I mean, the budget will just be destroyed. Crime will be everywhere. The school system will be a mess. I mean, the lady doesn't know what she's doing. And again, she only got as far as she did because, I mean, let's be honest, Willie Brown helped her out a lot. Willie Brown, by advocating for her, by putting her in certain positions, she was able to, rise to the top. But I think Kamala Harris doesn't really know what she's doing as a politician. And again, if they try to run her and, as governor of California, I think it's going to fail miserably. I mean, even if you look at San Francisco. Look at how San Francisco, even though they have a Democrat, and, San Francisco is very liberal, but look at how they're changing, and they're tired of crime, and they're tired of weak policies. They're tired of people who don't know what they're doing. They want leadership, somebody that understands business, and Kamala Harris is not that person. So I think, if she decides to run, I don't think people in California are going for it. I think people in California, they saw through her, some people saw through her this presidential election against Donald Trump, and I think that they're going to end up seeing through Kamala Harris again. So I don't think she has a chance to win to be governor of California. But in the comment section, let me know how you feel about this topic. Am I wrong? And then also, if you can, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button, and I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.